This is your quick guide to one of the biggest corruption scandals in recent British political history, going virtually unreported in mainstream media, involving this woman and £29 million of taxpayers' money. Michelle Mone was made a Conservative peer by David Cameron after making millions selling Diet pills and bras. Douglas Anderson of Gap said of Mone, her businesses have been no more than excessively over-promoted PR minnows, gaining unjustified acclaim due to the glamorous sector they happen to be in. There is no way, by any measure, that she is qualified to advise anybody on setting up a profitable business because, quite simply, she hasn't. In October 2020, Scottish newspaper The Herald revealed that the British government had awarded a £122 million contract to a company called PPE Medro, set up by a former associate of Michelle Mone's to provide PPE to the NHS, just a month after the company was set up. The contract was awarded through a VIP scheme, which gave preference to companies that had political links. Obviously a recipe for corruption, and that scheme has now been ruled illegal by the High Court. The company was due to provide 25 million gowns to the NHS, but the gowns were never used. Mone denied having any involvement with PPE Medro, but it later emerged Mone and her children had secretly received £29 million from the profits made by Medro through a secret offshore trust via her husband, Douglas Barrowman. That is enough to pay the salaries of 868 nurses for a full year. In April 2022, the National Crime Agency raided Michelle Mone's home, and she's currently under investigation by the House of Lords separately for failing to declare those Medro payments in her financial interests. I think most of us would find £29 million to be very, very financially interesting. Mone and her husband over the last 2 years have repeatedly insisted that they had no involvement in PPE Medro and no role in the process through which the company was awarded its government contracts. PPE Medro has repeatedly refused to identify its mystery backers, but denied it was awarded contracts because of company or personal connections to the UK government or Conservative Party. However, The Guardian has previously reported how those claims seem to be at odds with documents appearing to show the couple were secretly involved in PPE Medro's business and emails suggesting Mone repeatedly lobbied the government on its behalf during the 9-month period after she helped secure its place in the VIP lane. This scandal seems to be typical of our Conservative government. It's one set of rules for them and another set for everyone else. While the poor are lambasted for not working hard enough, for being lazy, wealthy members of the government are lining their own pockets using taxpayers' money, taking money that could be used on the NHS, on building public services, and putting it in offshore bank accounts where they don't have to pay tax and contribute to society. If Rishi Sunak wants to be seen as a squeaky clean politician, he needs to start by getting rid of the parasites in his own party who are leeching the country dry.